Good evening. We're due to start at 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock now. I'll just give us a few more minutes. If anyone's on, if you're listening, what I'd like you to do, just until we wait for a few more people to join us, is if you could just have a look around the room where you are at the moment, and have a look at what's around you, and think, I wonder how that was made. So if you're in your living room, your bedroom, an office or whatever, just have a look around that room and think, I wonder how all this was made. If you run out of stuff to look in that room, have a look outside that room, have a look out into the street, see what's around the street and think how that was made. Just while we wait for a few more to join. I'll mention it again in a moment, there is a facility on this to ask me any questions. If you can just keep those towards the end, I'll answer all the questions that you type in for me. Okay, we've got a number of people online, so we'll get started. My name's Martin, I'm the Deputy Head of Engineering at Tyne Met College. I just want to talk to you really about some of the opportunities that exist in engineering and what we can do at Tyne Met to help you achieve these. As I've mentioned, there's a facility to ask questions, and if you want to chuck them on, that's fine, and I'll try to answer them as we go along. If not, I'll answer them at the end. But the reason I ask people to look around the rooms and what have you is pretty much everything that around us has been designed or built by engineers. So if I look at the office that I'm in at the moment, I'm looking at a PC that's been designed by electronics engineers and built by electronics engineers, and the same with the phone, the same with my mobile that's sitting here. There's a heater underneath the desk that's been built and designed by engineers. If we move outside, then there's cars, there's lorries, there's the lighting systems that we've got on our streets. The houses that we live in, the bricks were built by machines that were built and designed by engineers. So the list is absolutely endless. Cars, motorbikes, airplanes, ships, all designed and built by engineers. So it's an incredibly varied and large industry, and there's roles in it to suit absolutely everyone. So what do we do in engineering at Tyne Met? Well, we cover that broad area. We cover manufacturing, so we've got machines like lathes and mills and CNC machines, which are computerized machines. We also introduce students to maintenance. So if you think about any large building in the northeast, I would say things like the Metro Centre, these all require maintenance engineers. And this is a worldwide requirement for maintenance. Now that is keeping buildings, keeping organisations operating. So that can be mechanical and that can be electrical. One of the big ones at the moment is renewable energy, whether it's wind or solar. It was an industry that stalled a little bit recently, but it's back on the government's agenda for expansion. And if we think about renewable energies, there's due to be a big battery plant built in Blythe in the near future. Not strictly renewable, but electric vehicles are something of the future, and we are investing in training on that as well. We've also got offshore. Oil and gas is still a big employer in this country, and renewables also works very much offshore. And Tyneside is a major area. Blythe is also a major area for supporting these industries. We also do fabrication and welding. Welding is still a big industry, and there's a shortage of welders in this country, so it's a good one to get into. We do electronics, and we prepare students for the aerospace industry and maritime. So where we're talking about maritime, we've got close links with South Tyneside College and its marine school, and we're looking at preparing engineers for the maritime industry. There are a number of cadetships, which is like an apprenticeship, that go begging each year unfilled because there's not enough applicants. These are very, very well paid jobs, and a cadetship is fully paid education up to higher level, so it's worth looking at. And finally, I've listed the armed forces. If you think about the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, there is a big amount of engineering in that as well. So it's a very, very broad area, and we have courses that cover the broad spectrum. So I think what many people ask is, what is the difference between college and school? And without wishing to criticise schools, all of our staff come from the industries that they specialise in. So whatever you do at a college, whether it be construction or engineering, the members of staff that will be teaching you come from those industries. I started in engineering in 1979. I did an apprenticeship, and I've enjoyed 40 plus years working in engineering. So all of our lecturers are subject specialists, and they're experts in their field. And one of the pluses is they know what you need to succeed in those industries. That's a big part of their job. They will not only train you in the skills, but they'll also be looking to prepare you for those industries, the culture of those industries. Equipment-wise, we've got thousands and thousands of pounds worth of up-to-date equipment, and we've recently invested in another £200,000 worth of up-to-date equipment. All of our workshops are industry standard, so you will be using the same sort of equipment to train on as you would be in the industries that you're hoping to go into. So that would start right from the basics of engineering, hand fitting, which is using the likes of files, drills, marking out, right the way through to the latest CNC equipment, computer controlled. Okay, we've also invested in 3D printers, laser cutters, PLCs, which are programmable logic controllers. So don't worry if you haven't heard of any of these. This is our job to actually train you on all of these. Our maintenance workshops are very well equipped. We've got 2 electrical installation workshops that we use in engineering, in addition to a welding and fabrication workshop that's got 20 stations, which is one of the largest in the northeast. So all of these courses, all of these industries, what does it mean for you? Well, I think there's probably more choice for young engineers nowadays than there has ever been, because you can apply directly for apprenticeships and come to the college that way. You can come to the college and prepare yourself for an apprenticeship, or you can look more long term and maybe come on a college course and then progress on to university. Now, university isn't the only route into higher education. At the college, we do HNCs, which are Higher National Certificates, we do Higher National Diplomas, and we also do foundation degrees. So you can actually work your way through the college system from further education into higher education. So, can you progress into employment from college courses? Well, I've mentioned apprenticeships and I've mentioned higher education, but yes, a number of our students decide that after studying with us for 1, 2, 3 years, they want to go straight into employment. And a lot of employers will accept students from college, directly from college courses. So that is definitely an option. Entry into the courses. We pride ourselves on having a level of entry for every single learner. So we start at level 1. So whatever your grades were at school, if they suit you being a level 1 learner, that's where we will start you. You can entry at level 2, entry at level 3, and for older learners, who've done A levels or have experience in the industry, you can actually enter into higher education directly. So that is an opportunity as well. For those that enter at level 1 and 2, You've probably done so because you haven't done as well in English and maths or other subjects. So what we would also do in those situations is we would work on your English and maths alongside your main program, because the idea is to improve your English and maths and get you to a stage where you can progress onto higher study or into industry. Okay, so how do you get on a course? Well, it's quite simple, really. You apply for one, and what we're doing tonight alongside this broadcast is we're also doing an advice and guidance evening. So you can pop onto live chat through our website, and you can talk, believe it or not, if you're talking about engineering, it'll be me tonight, I'm afraid. Or you can go onto any of our social media channels or contact the college direct, and we will give you the advice and guidance you require. One of the things we do, we work with a number of partners who run apprenticeships. So if you are initially interested in an apprenticeship, you can either contact our partners direct, which I can give you the information for that later on, or contact us and we'll put you in touch with them. Now, as I said earlier on, there is this lovely little facility for you to ask me some questions. Feel free, because if you answer the questions, I'll see them come up in a little box next to me, and I'll answer them if you've got any questions. No, while you're thinking, I'll try and come up with a few more bits of information for you. Usually people want to know how long do the courses last for. Our full-time courses usually are around 15 hours per week. Now, they may be whole days or they may be part days. We try not to mess around with the timetables too much, which allows people to have part-time jobs if they wish. But usually a full-time course will consist of 15 hours a week at the college. We tend to follow the same sorts of terms as you would find in school. So if you started with us in September, you do 6 weeks, half term, another 6 weeks, Christmas holiday, and then after Christmas, we follow the same sort of pattern, 6 weeks to a half term. Other courses that tend to be a little bit longer, HNCs tend to be a little bit longer, and we also offer day release courses, so a level 3 may take 2 years, but that would be 1 day per week. So it can fit in with employment. Any questions yet? Like I said, if you can't think of any questions now, I'm actually on the college live chat till 7 o'clock tonight. So you're more than welcome to join me then. As I said, there's a number of industries that are investing in the Northeast. I mean, we've been in a situation in engineering for the past 3-4 years where we've been in a little bit stagnated because of Brexit, but now Brexit has happened. It's given companies the confidence now. Now they know what the implications of Brexit are. We're starting to see investment, as I've mentioned. There's the battery plant that's due to be built just outside Blythe in the next few years. Nissan have confirmed that they're staying, and they're also looking at building a battery plant south of the river. All of these will require engineers. Nissan continue to build, as I've mentioned, so that will also require engineers. And also, I mentioned earlier on that I've been in engineering for the last 40 years, and my generation is coming up to retirement, and we need younger people to come in and fill the gaps that we will be leaving behind. So there are a lot of opportunities that are coming up in engineering. And as I said, Brexit has now happened, we're just coming out of a pandemic. Apprenticeships were a little bit low last year because of the pandemic, but all signs are now really good for the future of apprenticeships as well. And that is starting to pick up. All the indications we're getting as they come in. I've got a question come up. Hello, Kieran. You're wanting to do an HND top-up. Is this offered as a night class? Yes and no. What I'll do, Kieran, if you contact me on live chat, I can give you a little bit more answer for that, for the HND. We can run an HND with you, but it will probably be, and like you say, you need it of an evening class. We can probably do that remotely through a partner organisation of ours that do HNDs. So if you contact me on the live chat a little bit later on, after this broadcast, after half 5, I can give you some information on that. But yes, yeah, I'm sure we can work something out for you there. What industry are you currently working in, Kieran? I think there's a delay on how long it takes for the questions to come up. Currently work at maintenance. Good. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure there's something we can do there if you contact me during the live chat, and I'll give you some information on that. Okay. Any more questions? Any more questions? Brian's come up with a. So I'll quickly answer Kieran first. Yes, Kieran, it's on the college web page. We've got an advice and guidance evening on tonight, and that will take you to directly to there. Yes, Brian, we do an electrical and mechanical course for post 16. The level is dependent on grades achieved at school, but our electrical and mechanicals start at level 2, which is GCSE level. So yeah, post 16, not a problem. That'll be a full-time one as well. Thank you, Time Met College, for the information there. Yeah, if you just click on the chat button at the bottom right-hand corner of the page, I can get some of your questions answered. Once again, Brian, if you just contact us through the live chat after this broadcast, I'll be able to help you out with that one as well. Any more questions? You need to make me earn my money, because we've got 10 minutes left of the broadcast. Right. No problem, Brian. Okay. I mean, we're as a college, we're looking forward in the next week or two to return back to face-to-face learning. I think all of our students that are on practical courses are raring to go, and all of the lecturing staff are raring to go as well and get back into workshops and start getting the skills developed that we've had planned for the last year. So it's exciting times. Are there any more questions? Can't believe you're all so shy. Okay. What I'm going to do is, if there's no more questions, I'm going to thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for tuning in. And I'm going to return to live chat now so I can answer any questions on there. Okay. So, oh, Kieran, sorry. Yeah, yes, Kieran. Yeah, it will start in September, and also we could probably look at giving you some activities to get you back up to speed. As you mentioned, if you've been out 3 years, you probably will need a little bit of a bridge to get onto the HND. Okay, so I'm going to end the stream now. Thank you very much for your time, and hopefully I'll talk to you in live chat in a moment. Thank you. Bye-bye.